J360 Radio.
Hello, J360 Legion, and welcome to a J360 Mini Bite hosted by J.M. Brady. And I am your host, J.M. Brady. So let's get into it. Hey, you know what? I hated that other version of the Mini Bite. So, in a way, you got two for the price of one. Aren't you happy? Yeah, see, one way or another, I've gotten some updates on my tablet over here, and I really don't like the way it's going. Matter of fact, I think they probably screwed the pooch on this update. But whatever. At least now, let's give you an episode without so much muff, shall we? Now, as I was speaking about this earlier, oh, God. You guys had some scary stuff happen over this week without my help, believe it or not. I mean, what would Amy Coney Barrett? I'm getting her name messed up on purpose because I am. But you got her on the Supreme Court now. You got all this toxic stuff with the election. I mean, I remember when elections used to be funny. You know what I'm saying? I remember when they used to be like enjoyable moments, and then when you watch Saturday Night Live, you had a lot of jokes about it. I mean, based off of all the crazy stuff that they do in office. I mean, the thing is that the Monster Fest at best right now is dealing with the real life bull. Not to mention the stuff that goes on over there regarding Black Lives Matter, which I told you about when it came to that incident in Philadelphia not too long ago. The man had a knife, and I guess the first thing they decided to do was boom. There's more to it, of course, but, once again, in all these major cities and in all these metropolitan areas, man, once again, they're still not being held accountable or doing right by the people. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just a lot to it. It's to a point where it's just like, I'm tired of looking at all the disarray and the dystopian actions that happen around here. And you see a lot of people are afraid of one thing. Things they can't control or what's new. And usually if it's something that's new, they can't control it, or they don't know enough about it to try to control. And it's just so sad because, you see it in every aspect of your life, don't you? Like when somebody doesn't have control over something, they start to get all annoyed, and then they start to go ahead and speak against it and all disparaging and all that stuff because they don't want to flow with that system. We all do it. Let's just be fair. But from time to time, though, man, I just look at it and I'm like, well, this is just how stupid it is. Much in the same way it is in my day job, dealing with crazy managers and stupid supervisors. At the time, it's all because of what they try to throw at you from time to time. They know they can't enforce this stuff, and they know they can't control people, so they figure out, hey, let me just try to make things harder then. And like some of you that want to vote for Biden, hell, vote for Biden. Some of you that want to vote for Trump, if you want to, you must like the same result. But if you want to do the same thing, then go ahead and vote for him. I don't care. But I will tell you direct, vote. Whatever you do, vote. You don't want things to be the same, and you don't like the way these old people are running things into the ground and stuff because they can't see straight anymore, then vote. Be knowledgeable enough to vote and get them out of there then. There's ways to do these things. And I'm saying that mostly because, it seems like more and more we realize it, a lot of people are put off by it. A lot of people are put off by their civic duty. Granted, they'll mobilize to do some dumb stuff. They'll mobilize to do all these other things. But when it comes to doing the right thing and what could benefit people and what could actually be a help, then they start doing all the armor-piercing questions and all the, and as you should question everything. But it's always something in the back of the mind. Not necessarily what's in the forefront. And it's amazing, too, because some people are freaking out about this time of the year. Not just because of the average Halloween, because it's not even an average year. Like I've said it before, 2016 was a wake-up call. 2020, pretty much, is the extension, concentrated evil version of that wake-up call. So if we don't take, if we don't do what we're supposed to do, chances are we're going to get a more lethal third one. And, man, I just ain't got time for it. I'm in my prime now. I mean, it's my birthday weekend on. I'm celebrating it up. Like I said, you get 2 J-Man episodes this week. A double special, if you will. Oh, yes. One for Halloween, and then the other one for tomorrow. Yep, we got a lot of ground to cover on this one. It's not a jams week, of course, but, more on that later. Let me just get back into what I was saying about the election and stuff. Like, you want to be mindful of who you put in these offices, man. Like, we don't do direct democracy. I'm busy, you're busy, everybody else is busy. So, in other words, that's why we have representatives. They're supposed to be working for us. One way or another, like, civil servants and all that stuff, they're supposed to work for the public. The public is you and me. And then, you and me, we don't mean anything to them, do we? Think about it. I mean, I got a friend, he always posted stuff about what Biden did and all this other stuff. And I always look at him, I'm like, are you going to post something about what Trump did? I'm like, what are you trying to do, pal? Well, you see, I'm a Republican. It doesn't matter at this damn point, dude. Both political parties don't care about us. That's why I don't go to any of the meetings. I'm registered independent. I mean, the hell with it. Like, at the end of the day. But still, I got to vote. And if anything, ain't nobody paying attention to the Green Party. And then Libertarian Party they still exist? Oh, my God, they do. The point is this. Like, you want to have what's going to shape the country for the next 4 years on end. And Trump can't go a third time. And to see one way or another, he's banking on those lies and all that stuff that people like to hear. I mean, granted, they go to the rallies, they're sold out and stuff. But the thing is that, pay attention now. And monsters exist in so many forms. I figured I'd go ahead and talk about the real life monster. And then not only that, we have other monsters to aid that monster. Because nowadays you can't post anything on any of the social media networks without getting gonged for it nowadays. It used to be you could speak about that. But then I guess they started realizing this. Well, we private owned companies and we dictate what you put. We dictate what you say. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? We're going to use that against you. Yeah, there ain't no free speech here, man. It got to be speech according to what I like. What they like. Ain't that scary, though? And you thought you had control over your profile, didn't you? Well, you signed up, much like I did, to be a customer. And if anything else like that, which is why I hope that the website takes off enough and it could be a nice free space for all of us to talk. I would hope that Discord could be too, but there's an issue with that now because, well, not Discord itself, but nowadays in party chats and stuff like that, you can now snitch on your friends and all. At least for the PS5. I mean, hell, technically, we always could anyway. With the way the things are set up. I mean, they have messages right there to tell you what you can record and what you can't record. It's crazy, man. And then above and beyond, you just sit there and you wonder, like, we built all this. All of us did. Now, we may have not engineered and designed it, but we built it up to this point because the time we invested, the money we invested, also, hell, we're practically Frankensteins. You and me, and all you females out there. We created this stuff here. Then eventually it'll become sentient and wipe us out. Skynet. Of course I'm kidding. I'm kidding when I say this. Actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not kidding, man. We're getting closer to it, man, because quite a lot of them out there, they about that life. It makes you think sometimes. We're not too far off from it. But of course, it'd be interesting if things would combine into that future from Brave New World with the practices of Fahrenheit 451 and all of the hellish moments from Terminator and Mad Max combined to see how far that goes. Not to mention all that crap that happened in the 2012 movie. Which, who knew? That was supposed to be the end of the world, wasn't it? Maybe it was the end of the world in some way. Maybe. Something to think about at some other time in my life. In an episode for you all. I don't know. It's just one of them things that make you think, man. Like, I look at it and I'm like, damn, a lot of scary stuff out here. And I didn't even have to tell you a scary story this time. I was going to tell you one, but in a way, I just told you what's going on in real life, so maybe that's creepy enough. But you see, not everybody will see it that way because, once again, we don't all see things the same as others do. And true to form, that's how Trump got in office on one of those things, among other things. But, you got people that'll go and try to call you out of your name just because you're not going to fit in with that stuff. I don't have to like him. I don't have to like Biden. I don't have to like Kamala. And you all know how I feel about Kamala Harris. I'm just saying, you know, the thing is it's like, I don't hate these people, but at the same time, in the macro sort of sense, they are kind of messing things up. And then, like, saying that you want to agree to a peaceful transition of power, well, that right there is just, you know, that's some war criminal intent, ain't it? That's some thinking there, isn't it? You know, but sometimes I think he does that because people are highly reactionary now. Because, you know, it was never brought up again, right? Interesting. But, hey, since it's not only my birthday week, it's the Hallows Eve week. Hallows Eve. Yeah, it pretty much is Halloween Eve. Because I know a lot of y'all right now, that ain't your real hair. All that stuff, putting it on and getting ready to go ahead and do that orgy fest that I always dream of, but can't do it right now because of reasons. But the thing is that, yeah, man. Well, which is okay, because, I mean, some people are actually going out, right? So if you are going out, be safe, practice social distancing, do things the right way. If you are doing the trick-or-treat thing, check the bags, because a lot of people are very, very desperate now. Don't leave candy out by itself, because you know you might get a couple of bums sitting there, and that's their dinner for the night. Among other things, I mean, because things are strange. Do you ever, like, wake up on November 1st and love to read all the wild stuff that happens on October 31st? I do. But I also know that some of y'all look like hell on November 1st. Woo! And you know you only 25. Scary as hell. Wonder what happens when the makeup gets off. Oh, shit. I didn't cuss. I said, shit. See what I'm saying? So don't try it. But, I mean, it's just one of them kind of things to look into. I just want to say this. Be safe. And if you are going to vote, which you might as well, because, I mean, put the work in and then complain. You understand what I'm saying? At least that's what I always did. If you are going to vote, thank you for voting. There's so many choices and everything's highlighted now on how you do it. It ain't nothing sacred no more. But make the right choices for you. And not just for me, because I already did it. I voted 2 weeks ago, man. I don't need to go ahead and talk about get out and vote all the time. Shoot. What the hell am I doing? Social responsibility, if you will? Damn. Couldn't escape it at all. Trying to run a business here. Sad, sad life. Anyway, some people were asking me this. Hey, you're turning 34, man. You feeling old yet? Yeah, I'm 34 going on 14, brother. I am still new. Yeah. I ain't afraid of getting older. As a matter of fact, I know that one way or another my sand will run out and I'll stop moving and all that kind of stuff. But I like to hope that I struck a chord with people and I inspired others to become content creators, and that, you know, if you did work for me and all, that we had a good time and it was a great adventure. And if I worked with you, you know what I mean? More adventures to come until the time's up. And that's just the way it is. Like, among other things. In addition to some extra Monster Fest movies I got around here, like that movie Cupid, I think I'm going to go ahead and watch that one again. I mean, because I liked it the first time, but this time I really got to pay attention to what's going down. That way so I can nitpick. And no, I'm not going to purposely say, oh, that's a 1. Now, see, there are movies that I would rate that really don't deserve a rating at all. But I try to give them benefit of the doubt. But you see, here's the thing. There is one particular movie that will never, ever get on that high grade. And I'll tell you what that is. You've heard it before. It was called Horror of the Zombies. Horror of the Zombies is right there significantly as a sign of, hey, I'm not following through with this crap. I will take any of the I spit on your grave movies. I will take any of them and give them a rating. But before I ever give Horror of the Zombies a rating. It was trash. Hot garbage. You know? It's just to the point where I need to go get some Arizona tea and wash the taste of that out. Yeah, first chance to get off the show. This is just a shame, man. But I'll tell you one thing, though. I got some more cheesy stuff for us to look at, so we're going to be taking a look at that tomorrow. And then, of course, you know, I'll go ahead and I'll give a rating for some of the stuff that I've seen that you don't know about. we got a pretty good week ahead, man, with a lot of different things. Oh, speaking of which of Jams, Jams is not this week. Jams is next week. We're giving the Monster Fest a proper send-off with a Jams episode. If anything, this is about the J-Man show this week. All right? So you got some things to look forward to, J360 Legion. And I do want to say, if you've been following me for this long, or if it's your first time here, hi, I'm J-Man. But if you've been following me along this, adventure for so long and all, I thank you. And I really appreciate your support. And if you're somebody out there that wants to get involved and wants to see what's happening, just email me, j360productions@outlook.com. And of course, use the hotline number, 240-903-1634. And that is all I have for... Oh, yeah. Hold on. No, it isn't. Monster Fest Power Play Edition. Happens next week. Yes. It's overdue, yes. But it's coming back next week. Indeed. And we're going to go ahead and try to get out of Rapture before, at least before year's end. Anyway, though, I got to get going, so I hope you guys enjoy this version of episode 66. We'll be back with the J-Man Show tomorrow. Tomorrow. And it's something for you all to look forward to. So from here on out, this is the J-Man signing off. You all take it easy, and I will catch you later.